Green 18! Green 19! Hut!
It's week 13 in the NFL. We are now heading into the month of December, so you know what that means. Time to separate the men from the boys. Welcome to another episode of the J&J Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Johnny, along with my co-host, the always wonderful Mr. Joe Montz. Monte Calvo, how are you doing tonight, sir?
I'm fantastic, Johnny. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I mean, last week it was Thanksgiving weekend for American Thanksgiving, that is, right? But our picks weren't looking so good now, were they?
On Thanksgiving Day, we both took the loss there. We were both on the Lions, so we know how that ended.
Yeah,
I mean, the Packers got out early. Yeah, Packers got out early, never looked back. They were control the whole game. But you did end up going 2-1 on your pick, so now you're 7-5 on the year. I dropped to 1-2 last week, so now I'm 6-6 on the year. So we have a new leader, and it's you.
Well, don't worry, Joe. I mean, it's not how you start, it's how you finish, right? But yes, so for our picks going into this week, I shall be going first. And for my first pick, I'll be going to the Steelers and the Arizona game, taking Steelers at the -6.5. Now, Arizona, I mean, everyone knows, one of the worst teams in the NFL, sitting at 2-10. Clearly, they're having trouble putting up points, struggle moving the ball forward. Also, 25th in the league at points per game. Now, believe it or not, the Steelers are actually behind the Cardinals in that department, but they have a great defense, right? With TJ Watt putting together a great season, almost identical to the one that he put back in 2021. So with that being said, I do think the defense can hold back the Cardinals just enough for Pickett to get the job done. So I'll be taking the Steelers at the -6.5. For you, who you got in your first pick?
So for my first pick, we're headed to Foxborough for the Chargers and the Patriots game. The Chargers come in at 4-7 on the year. They've lost 3 in a row now. The Patriots are 2-9. About a month ago on our first picks podcast, I said the Patriots are going to be fade material from here on out. Last week, I don't know why, I just shied away from it. I was about to go with the Giants at +3.5. Not only the Giants cover, they won outright. Mac Jones got benched at halftime, 4th time already this year. This week, Belichick has plucked to his old games. He's not announcing any starters. As well, is it really shocking at this point? Even though they're 2-9, Bailey Zappi took all the starter reps, so we can assume he's starting, even though it hasn't officially been announced. To me, the Patriots, whether it's Mac Jones or Bailey Zappi, I've watched every snap of the season. They're terrible. I don't see them even putting up more than 10, 13 points in this one. The Chargers are the more elite team. They're just coached by an idiot. And for that reason, they play like idiots. So they've lost a lot of close games this year that they probably should have won. Yeah. The Chargers, if you can get them under a touchdown, which I am at -5, I'll take them all day against the Patriots.
Yeah, I think that's a no-brainer, right? I think you could throw in the towel on the Patriots season. Yeah. That's for sure. Okay, for my next pick, Joe, I'll be going to the Philly and the San Fran game. I'll be taking Philly at the +3. Now, I mean, I'm a little surprised that the 49ers are favored in this game, especially Philly leading the league, being a 10-1 team. I mean, do you have anything to say about this? I don't know how.
Well, it's kind of like I guess you can. I would say probably the 49ers are the better team here. They're healthier now than they were earlier.
Okay.
I mean, it's kind of a revenge spot because they did play each other in the NFC Championship game last year, and Purdy was out, and
exactly
they pretty much had no quarterback because even Garoppolo was out at that time too. So they were had a third stringer in. They never really had a chance. So also the Eagles haven't really been playing that well the last few weeks, even though they beat the Chiefs.
Yeah,
and,
I mean they beat
Bills,
exactly.
Yeah.
They beat the Bills last week. I mean it was a heated game, right? Going into overtime. It was a good game, yes. I mean the last, like you were just mentioning, the last game between these two teams got heated, got personal. I guess you can say things were said in the media. But Philly coming out with a win in that game, 31-7. Like you said, Purdy being out. So San Fran will be looking for some payback. It's gonna be a fun one to watch. I think so. But with that being said, I'm still gonna be taking Philly at the +3. I mean, I think they're gonna
underdog.
Yeah, exactly. I think they're gonna win. But with this, I think it's a safe bet for me. So that's it for my second pick. Now for you, Joe. For your second.
For my second pick, we're going to the Lions and Saints game in New Orleans. The Lions are 4-point favorites in this one, and I'm going to be siding with them here. I think they're going to get back on track. Yeah, I'm going to
take a chance on them again.
Absolutely.
You did us dirty last week, man. I was going to take them too, but
you have to have a short memory in betting.
Yeah,
you're right. It's a week-to-week league. I mean,
the
Saints haven't been great lately. The last 2 games they've lost to Atlanta and Minnesota. Derek Carr to a back-breaking pick 6 last week, where the Saints looked like they were going to drive and go in for the touchdown, change the whole game around. he's just bad all around. I just think the Lions are a way better team. The Lions, they've played two back-to-back games there against division opponents. They barely squeaked out the win against the Bears, and then we know what happened last week against the Packers. I think they're going to get back on track, and I see them winning this one by double digits. So give me the Lions at -4 all day.
All right, okay. Like I said, I was going to take them, but yeah, last week they let me down, man. They let us down. So
Yeah.
But okay, listen. For my third pick, I'll be going to the Chiefs and the Packers game. I'll be taking the Chiefs at the -6. Now, the Chiefs did have a little scare last week against the Raiders, going down 14-0 at the beginning of the second quarter. Right? People were already, talking shit, but they ended up with a convincing win, 31-17. So I learned to never bet against the Chiefs and Mahomes. Now, the Packers have been a little bit impressive, I won't lie, winning 3 out of their last 4. More recently, as we said multiple times in this video, beating the Lions on Thanksgiving, but which was impressive. But listen, I still think they have no chance against Mahomes and the experienced Kansas City Chiefs. I actually think they'll win by 2 touchdowns, but I'll be taking them at the -6. Now, Joe, for your last pick.
Yeah, so for my last pick, a terrible game. We're going the Carolina Panthers to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah.
On this side, I'm not choosing anyone. I'm going with a total in this one, and it's the over 36. The Panthers this week, they fired Frank Wright after a 1-10 start. I mean, a lot of the blame is also being put on him for the development of Bryce Young, because right now he was the first overall pick, and he looks like he's en route to be a big bust. But again, he's just 11 games into his career. They've hired interim special teams coordinator Chris Tabor right now to take over. I don't think this is really going to have much of an effect like it maybe did with the Oakland Raiders, or sorry, not the Oakland Raiders, the Las Vegas Raiders.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the Panthers, everything in this game points to an under, which is why I think I'm going to go with the over in this one. I think the Panthers might maybe find some offensive rhythm a little. The Buccaneers, coming off a tough loss last week, they're still somehow alive in the playoff hunt.
Yeah. Surprising.
It's the lowest total of the season for either team. Both teams, the under has come in at 8 of 11 for both of them. But I think at 36, it's a pretty low total. There could be some turnovers, some interception returns. So at 30, with a 36-point total, I'm gonna go with the over on this one.
It's a good pick. It's good. It's a good pick for you. Don't worry. I'm sure you get that one. That's for sure.
We'll see. So now we'll just summarize our picks for week 13. On Johnny's side, he's going with the Steelers -6.5 against Arizona, the Eagles to cover at home against the 49ers, and the Chiefs to cover the 6-point spread in Green Bay. And for me, I'm going to be taking the Chargers on the road in New England at -5, the Detroit Lions -4 against the Saints, and then the over 36 in the Tampa Bay and Carolina game.
All right, so hopefully, Joe, I say this at the end of every one of these videos, that one of us could freaking get 3-0, but hopefully it could happen this week. I think we got some good picks. We didn't really we all have different games. So we'll see how it goes. And until then, let us know in the comments what you guys think. Please like and subscribe if you like the content that you're seeing. Until then, have yourself a good night.